Huh? It's too high?
A land so rich in resources. A land where you know that you'll be free. A land when you step on the soil, you can actually touch the sun. Come with me to Africa. Everybody loves Africa. Come with me to Africa. Everybody loves Africa. Come with me to Africa. Everybody loves Africa.
Peace and blessings, family.
Let's pack your bags and let's go
Get
home.
them thumbs up, get them thumbs up, get them thumbs up. How y'all doing on YouTube and Facebook tonight?
Follow me to Africa. Come with me to Africa. Welcome to the spiritual world. I am WUNAM, aka Nikki Love, your African indigenous traditional healer.
And Brother Dinkra, yeah, African indigenous traditional healer. How y'all doing tonight, family?
Brother Dinker, you know they gotta be doing well. We on here now, so when we on here, they doing well. All right, family. Let me
You
get
got
to
your
the
mic
chat
on?
room.
Turned on?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure. I bet you my mic ain't even on. I'm talking my ass off. Sure ain't. Oh, there it is. Yes, it is. It's
There
on.
you go. Now it's on.
Yeah, talking my ass off. They ain't hear nothing. Did y'all hear me? Welcome to the
Who we
spiritual
got in the
vault.
chat? We only got 2 people in the chat. We got 10, 11 people on YouTube, 7 on
And seven. We got
Facebook.
7
Okay.
on Facebook. Miguel, Vernita, Jaleesa, Angela D. Payne. Peace and many blessings, family. I know all is well. I know all is well. How y'all doing this lovely evening?
We got on YouTube. We got let me see who we got. We got Pinky Lee, and then we got Alan Johnson. We got how you say that? Sakur Latif.
Shakur Latif.
Latif.
Shakir Latif.
Peace and greetings. How you doing?
Nepes
Sakur Latif.
Ertelina is in Facebook. All right, family, y'all ready for the show? Are y'all ready for the show? We are taking some questions tonight, so be prepared. Tonight we're talking about or asking anyone, do you have gifted children? Okay. Now we're going to talk about the importance of recognizing our gifted children in the community. And what I mean by that, in the African American community, and the Hispanic, because Hispanic brothers and sisters, y'all are black too. Let's not get it confused.
That's
So
right.
let's get it right in our community. Now we know there's a lot of shows that goes on. When you look at all these shows, they talk about the gifted children, but you never see any black gifted children. You always see white gifted children, which is all good. They got a right to promote theirs, but it's time to promote ours. Over the years, or in the years, we have heard so much about, our children being gifted, but because of the church and the Christianity, it's been shunned against. When your child tells you, well, I can see, they're automatically looked at as a prophetess instead of a seer. You see what I'm saying? Or they're looked at as a prophet, But if they talk about anything as far as tarot or this or witchcraft, or that, they're shunned upon because, oh, you're practicing witchcraft. And the Bible says you must not do that. You must not deal with the rituals. You must not do rituals, but they're doing all kind of rituals in the Bible.
Yeah. I think a lot of the stuff that they say in the Bible you shall not do, they partake in it in Christianity. You
That's
know,
right.
because they talk about not talking to not that a lot of time they consider talking to the ancestors and talking to spirits necromancy. But when you talk to Jesus, because Jesus, you got to remember, Jesus died allegedly. If he was here or not, that's debatable. Some say he was, some say he never existed. Whether or not you believe that or not,
They ain't never
if
found the bones of
if
Jesus.
you talk about if you're talking about you pray to Jesus and you talk to him and he talk to you, that's still, to me, that's still necromancy. And then then the whole thing about Jesus, they talk about sacrifices and shit. Jesus was the biggest sacrifice. He was the biggest sacrifice because he was a human sacrifice, you know. And then they talk about in
Was he really a human sacrifice?
according to the Bible, he was a human sacrifice,
Okay.
you know.
All right.
because he died. Of course, he because allegedly he said he told God that he didn't want to do this, but
Mm-hmm.
God said he had to do it. So he said the Bible verses tell you God so loved the world he gave his only begotten son.
Okay. Hey, Kamika Bacchus, how are you?
Secure Latif says that or they call you schizo if your ancestors talk back to you. You sure right. You
You're
sure right.
never
They
lying. They call you schizophrenic, mental illness, mentally challenged. You know what I mean? Bipolar. All of those titles you called if you talk back to your ancestors. You know, we wanted to do the show because we want people to call in. If you have a gifted child, we're looking for people to call in. Not only that, we want to know if you have a gifted child because we're working on some things, putting some stuff in place. So we're looking for children of color that have gifts. So we want to know if you have a gifted child. And we want to talk about what their gifts are. Okay. Now in the Western world, this Western world, they automatically want to call it psychic. A lot of our children are seers, okay? A lot of our children have superhero gifts. That's why now you're starting to see it up on Netflix, the little show called Dion where the little boy's a superhero. Then you got the little girl. There's two shows where they got two little black girls that are witches now, so-called the Western type though.
that slowly bring
They,
you into
right,
it.
they're slowly bringing you into it, but we still have our people that still are not recognizing and embracing the gifts that their children are presenting. Now, mind you, we get a lot of calls. And when we get calls, it's calls about children. Well, my
Hmm.
son said he seen a spirit. The spirit came and touched him. We got a call a couple of weeks ago. Little girl, spirit was touching her in the wrong places. And she is only 8 years old. She don't even really talk about spirits like that. How does she know it's a spirit? You see what I'm saying? We had another little boy. He's saying he sees something standing in the doorway with a hat on.
Hmm.
You see?
They talk about they seen little monsters crawling up the wall,
Well,
and how we know it's true is because these are some of the characteristics. These are some of the things that we see as adults. We'll see them crawl up the wall, and they'll
mm-hmm.
do all kind of things. And when the child start describing how they look, we know that these are some of the things that we seen, and we know that child is not lying. So this goes on, and a lot of times as adults, we have a tendency to shun the child and not pay attention to what he's saying. This is a different time and a different energy. We must pay attention to these children because now they're going to be the ones that are going to be able to let you know what they see.
That's
You
right.
know.
Better pay attention to these kids. And because we're in a spiritual warfare right now, these spirits know which kids are spiritual and which are not. This is
Hmm.
this is another reason why we had to do the show. Y'all better pay attention. Because if you got a child, grandchild, child, and they begin to tell you that they're seeing these different things, they must be protected. Okay? They must be protected. You have to put protection on because they will be attacked by these different entities. Okay?
Yeah. Let's see. We got some more people in the chat. We got Jana Altrage. We got Sheila Brown, and we got Erica McFarland. Peace and blessings. Oh, we got D Prince too. How you doing, D Prince?
Hey, D Prince. All right, family. So, look, if you know somebody or if you have a gifted child, please call in or put it in the chat. Let us know if you have a gifted child. We're looking for gifted African American children or Hispanic children, okay? For one. For two, we need to know what these children are experiencing because a lot of children are being attacked, not just in the physical world, but in the spiritual world. They are being
Mm-hmm.
attacked and being taunted by disagreeable spirits, as we call them in Africa, disagreeable spirits, or as you call them in the Western world, demons. Okay, and if your children is being attacked, we have to see or recognize it for what it is because we have to protect them because these spirits already know that these children have a calling. Okay, these children are being called to do spiritual work or being called to read or see, right? So these spirits know who the powerful children are and they are coming at them, they're touching them, they're scaring them, they're doing all kind of things. Okay, we're getting calls from clients about their children or their grandchildren. I had to, we had a house to do a couple weeks ago. Little girl, spirits in the room, knocking stuff down, scaring the poor little girls. You know what I mean? Stuff like
Mm-hmm.
this. But the spirits recognize who she's going to be. She's a very powerful little girl. Okay,
Yeah.
so they know that she's able to see spirits, so they're going to come at her to scare her because she's little right now, but when she gets older, she's gonna be nothing to be played with. Okay.
Just like one of our initiates, his excuse me, his son does readings already, and
Right.
he gets his son to do readings for him,
Yep. Yep.
and he's really good at it. And what his son reads actually comes to pass. And he ain't even that. Oh, how old is he? He's like Terrell's age, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Who?
Samim's
Oh, yeah,
son.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's the same age, 11. 11 years old. Yep. Yep. So family, Bonds. Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, Bonds. Tell me about the soap. You said, man, that soap. Tell me about the soap, Talib. Tell me about that soap. Okay. You want to come on camera, Talib? Do you want to come on camera? Are you afraid to come on camera? I don't know if it still works, but let's see. Let's see. Okay. We have any questions off of YouTube?
Any questions, YouTube? Y'all have any questions about recognizing children with gifts? Do y'all have any children that are around y'all, or nieces and nephews, or maybe even your child that has a spiritual gift that y'all may think that they have a spiritual gift that y'all haven't really recognized? If so, let us know. Put it in the chat.
Anybody that's on here, because I see people getting off, right? And I feel like we as adults have become so selfish that we have not decided to go back and recognize the babies. Let's not get so caught up in our own things going on that we're not paying attention to our children. And let me say this to the people that's watching and getting off. You got grandchildren, you got kids, you better pay attention. Not only that, if you all are not recognizing how these kids are being snatched and the things that are being done to our children, you better recognize it for what it is. So if I was you all, I'll be paying attention to this show right here. I wouldn't play with it. Even if you know somebody, your nieces, your nephews, pay attention to this. Pay attention to this show. Don't get off because it's not a topic you don't want to hear. That's the problem with some of us black folks. We too goddamn self-righteous. Stop thinking about yourselves and let's focus our attention on that next generation because they're dealing with spiritual fire and spiritual war too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not make no mistake about it. These children, our children right now, are dealing with spiritual warfare too because they are the next generation and they are the superheroes that you see on all these movies are our children. Do not get it confused.
And those are the ones that you really need to pay attention to and hone their skills and hone their talents in, because these are the ones that are going to be dealing with these are the ones that are going to be out there walking the streets, minding their own business, being harassed by who, pulls them over, shoots them dead for no reason. What I'm seeing spiritually is these children are going to have the power to say something, and that them people are going to drop.
That's right.
So what y'all need to do is recognize it and hone that in.
Y'all better take this show serious because the babies is what's gonna save the rest of the world. Don't say I didn't tell y'all so.
That's why they doing what they doing to the babies.
Right,
That's why they killing them and all of that, especially ours.
right. Now Ken says just both of my girls see shadow men, figures, and orbs. You see what I'm saying? See, and see those girls. They probably very spiritual because they're coming to them. They're coming to them. These orbs and these spirits are coming to them. They're able to see it. Y'all, this is not a joke or a game. And of course, Africans in America are Americans that are African descent, all right, are so used to being brainwashed and programmed by Christianity, they're not understanding the seriousness of what's going on. God is not going to come and save your babies.
That's right.
You can call on God all you want to, but they ain't coming to save your babies.
So y'all have to know what y'all need to do so y'all can be able to guide them.
You gotta know that this is very serious now. If you have a child that tells you, I'm seeing spirits, I'm seeing orbs, I'm being touched at night, the things falling off the shelf, that's real. That ain't no joke. These children are being targeted by these spirits just like they are in the physical world, y'all.
Secure Latif said he makes a good point. He said a lot of these children that are spiritually gifted get put in special classes and stuff like special ed and type classes like that.
Yeah, they do. I used to take care of two autistic children. And these children were highly, highly spiritual. In Africa,
Um,
are considered to be autistic children are considered to be highly spiritual. We don't in back home in Africa they're not special. They're special in a sense where they're very spiritual. And I had the pleasure of taking care of two autistic children. And when I tell you they were highly, highly spiritual, they were highly spiritual. They wasn't autistic. They didn't have autism. They was artists. Very, very spiritual, can see in realms that you can never see in. One of them, the young lady, her name was Sherry, she used to tell me stuff that there's no way she would have known because she wasn't even on this planet yet. She was still in she ain't even come through her mother's womb yet. How would you know that?
mhm.
Her brother, all he would do was sit on the computer and just play with the trains. But he would talk about different things and things that was beyond many of our comprehension. And I knew these children were very, very highly spiritual. They automatically want to deem them as being retarded or autistic or they don't know. No, do not get it confused. Just like the movie The Rain Man could do math numbers like this. You see? These children are very spiritual and highly spiritual. They are to be upholded as if they are, gods. Okay?
Mhm.
And we have to start recognizing it for what it is. Don't let man tell you that these children are not spiritual. They want to deem them as everything else but spiritual. Even the level of schizophrenic patients you see, whether they're children or women or men, these people are spiritual. They can hear spirits. I hear spirits. I talk to spirits. I talk to ancestor spirits. Am I schizophrenic? Am I crazy? I ain't crazy. Tell me I'm crazy and I'm going to tell you you goddamn crazy because you can't hear. You see what I'm saying? You crazy because you can't hear that tree talk. So with saying that, family, these children, our children, this generation is being targeted, but they're different beings. They're not the same beings. Some of them are reincarnated, some of them are not. They're totally new different beings that's coming back to this planet. And they ain't no joke. And it's not a coincidence that you are seeing these superhero movies because these are the children that's coming back. And a lot of them are of color.
Yeah, and Sheila Brown says yes, indeed, they do. I used to teach special ed children, and they used to talk as if I was from Africa. Shakir Latif says, yeah, alternative schools and stuff like that. Shake my head. You know, it's funny because I was one of them kids. I couldn't I couldn't keep my hands to myself. If somebody did something to me, I used to always get kicked out, and expelled for fighting all the time. And I didn't realize, you know, when I was in school, I thought I was daydreaming, but I would sit there sometimes and I would be hearing the teacher talk, and I'm just staring straight, and then I go into a trance, and I'll be seeing all this other shit going on, and then I'm a part of it, and then when I snap out of it, I'm like, damn, I thought I'm daydreaming, and I realized that that's not that, like, you be actually in a trance and going to another dimension because you're bored with what's going on around you, and that used to happen to me a lot when I was in school.
All right, family. Hello, Jasmine, Adeku. I'm a rat. All right, let me see. Hold on. Eric Neal says my granddaughter had some experiences, but you made her a protection necklace and she's okay. And yeah, I remember that, Erica. So thank you for the update because a lot of people don't ever update. We do a lot of spiritual work for people. A lot of people don't update. So thank you for that
Yeah,
update.
we have to. We
Yeah,
might see them and be like, "So what happened when we did the ritual? Oh yeah, it worked. This
right,
happened and that happened. Like,
right.
why you
Don't
didn't
even.
tell us?"
Yeah, give us an update. Thank you for
But
that.
I always know it worked because if it don't work, you best believe they
They're
gonna
gonna
let us
call
know.
back.
They gonna be like,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
Pinky Lee says you mentioned the soap earlier. What was that about? The soap.
Um, our brother Talib says, he said, I just feel different, like something was lifted off of him.
Yeah, I
That's
would just
what the
talk about
soap did.
soaps that we sell that take away spiritual work and stuff like that. That's all. That's what he was talking about.
Right.
He wanted to share that how
Share
he
his
felt
testimony, how he felt. I gotta put this over there because it's, hold on for a minute.
about to die. I'll get it.
No, that, because it's not, no, no, no. It's
What?
good. That is bothering me. That incense, always gives me a headache. Just put it over
Oh,
there.
okay.
Put it over there on the other table or that shelf up there on top somewhere. Okay. All right, family. I had to move that incense. Certain incense I can't take the smell of. It bothers my head. All right. So you're welcome, Talib. Kylie Jones, welcome. Blessings to love and family. Kashiba. Ira Des says, I used to go off to other dimensions when I was bored. Miguel says, Alistair Crowley had set a program to make German autistic children to visit other countries, but in essence, they were magical talesmen. They were removing from Germany because they are incorruptible.
Um,
Hey, Indicara Morris. Hey, Shawana.
Shakira Latif says they put them on meds to keep their powers dormant, and you know what? That started in the '90s too when they started putting the children on Ritalin. They started putting them on Ritalin, which what they say is compared to putting somebody on, giving a child crack, like liquid crack or whatever. Um,
Angela DePayne says, I watch my niece. She is off and on. She's autism. And I notice her sometimes laugh out the blue or just start screaming. She doesn't talk but sing all day. See what I'm saying? And the thing about that is probably because her physically being here but mentally not, spiritually not, her spirit was in between realms. So she's communicating with beings from other realms, even other planets. This what I'm telling y'all. Do not sleep on these children that have autism. Telling y'all.
um, Latif says, wait. Says yeah, right. Oh, Candy Rain says greetings, sister Nikki and brother Dinkra. Peace, Candy Rain.
Peace, Candy Rain. All right. Erica Neal says, my daughter, she grown now, but when she was a kid, she used to be scared at night because she used to see little leprechaun in her room at the night. I didn't believe her because I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was a bad dream. Those were DOS. See, we talked about the dwarfs last week. We were talking about the dwarfs, and I told everybody it was time to rise up the ancient dwarf Bess from ancient Kemet, right? Or ancient Egypt, as some of you still know it. But Bess was to be risen up. It's time to rise up our ancient gods. So we're saying that Bess is a dwarf spirit. So your daughter probably was being surrounded by dwarfs. A lot of Africans in America don't know this because they're not in Africa. So they're not
Hmm.
aware of the fact that a lot of spirits already walk with African America based off of
Yeah,
their lineage. Okay? So if
but
you have a connection back to certain tribes, we call them the Mimosha, they're, dwarf spirits, and they walk with you. So your daughter probably was dealing with these dwarf spirits. They were calling them leprechauns, but they're dwarfs.
yeah, but and that they could have been, she probably has a tie. She probably has a connection to the dwarfs, like she said. And a lot of times, our children, like I say, you gotta really pay attention and listen to what they're saying and try to get some understanding. You can't, you know, just blow it out because sometimes that they could be trying to tell you what they're actually experiencing. It could be positive or it could be negative, but you still want to know.
All right. Okay. Yvette says, I'm dealing with a child who's constantly doing negative things. Well, Yvette, it's time to analyze why that child is doing negative things. What we got to realize is that it doesn't just have to be disagreeable spirits. It could be that child is acting out because of many different things. He might be seeing something at home. That child may be experiencing some, feelings of anger or something that's going on in his life that's making him do negative things or act out. Or he can be being operated by a disagreeable spirit, meaning that they do occupy children. I actually have a couple of children that I've actually had to deal with, and these were children of color that were actually possessed by spirits. One little boy had black eyes by his mailbox, and his grandmother had to get him. His eyes turned black. This is real. He was about 6 years old. Okay? These demons will occupy little children. This is why it's important for us to pay attention because they're coming after them because they know. They know they're chosen ones. And because they're weak and vulnerable, they have to be protected. That's why we had to do this show because they're being attacked more now than ever.
D Prince says my sister has autism, can't talk, but I feel her. I feel her sounds and tones and vibrations. Lo Pacane says, "Hola, sister, Nikki and brother Dinkra, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. Love you."
Aloha, aloha, aloha. or Oi Modi Busta in my tribal tongue. All right.
Yeah, you
Jennifer Rose, Nita Pepper, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're talking about gifted children.
and yeah, I believe that D Prince, because you will have a connection, especially because y'all came from the same womb that nobody can really understand. You know, a lot of brothers and sisters have that tie. That's why it kind of always shocked me when I see, like, when I meet brothers and sisters that can't get along.
Uh huh.
Like, it's
Put
understandable
some
when
water.
you're
Give me some water.
young,
Uh
but
huh.
not when you're at a certain age. It should be like y'all should be ready to, to protect each other. Put some
Jennifer
more.
Rose. Jennifer Rose. No, that's good. Jennifer Rose, you have 3 children. Which one of your children can see spirits? Because if she can, we need to see you. We need to set up an interview with you and your child. Hi. Okay. Ozzy Bryant, welcome, welcome. We're talking about children with gifts, okay? And specifically children in the African American community, whether they're Hispanic or African American, okay? So a lot of times they're not recognized due to the Christianity background, so their gifts are shunned or they're told that they're schizophrenic or whatever it may be. So there's a lot that goes on in the African American community, whereas they're not taking heed to the fact that these children have real gifts and it's time to be exposed. Okay, heaven. So, Jennifer Rose, you need to get with me after the show. We're going to set up an interview for you to get her and to have you interview your daughter so we can do it for our documentary, okay? All right, family. If you have a child that has spiritual gifts, we're welcoming you to call in or you can put it in on here if you have some questions, if you want to know what's going on with your child. Now, let me see. Yvette Banks, that child, what is the child doing that's negative? What is the child doing that's negative? Let's see if we can see what's going on with that child. All right. Even on YouTube. YouTube, if you have a child or niece, nephew, somebody, or something going on with their child, and you want to know what's going on, we're giving you a chance to ask questions now, basically for us to, briefly read it for you, spiritually read it. So put it in the chat now, or you can call in.
Y'all got that on YouTube. If y'all know any children that is special or gifted, let us know. If they're going through anything, let us know so we can read it for you.
And while we're waiting, family, while we're waiting off the topic, how many of you all think there's going to be a second dose of COVID-19?
Virtuous ones, greetings,
Greetings,
greetings.
virtuous ones. Greeting, Miss Louis forever, Mrs. Louis forever. Greetings, 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 family. I think all my children are spiritual. Virtuous ones, you think all your children are spiritual? How many children? Why am I picking up 3 children with you, virtuous one? Do you have 3 kids? Or maybe more. I could be wrong. I don't profess to always be 100% right.
Quincy Thomas says, yes, there will be. What's up, Quincy Thomas?
Erica Neal says, you think there'll be a second. So, do you all think they're going to shut it down like they did just a couple of months ago? Y'all think they're going to shut it down?
Sonya Brooks says, I definitely believe it'll be a second round.
So, tell me what y'all see. Let me tap into y'all's first eye. What do y'all see? Y'all think it's going to be worse till we shut it down? Because everybody's getting lackadaisy, taking off their mask. You know what I mean? Starting to get all comfortable again. And all spirit is saying, you better keep your goddamn mask on. You better keep them gloves on. You better get your hand sanitizers. You better buy your tissue. And are y'all paying attention? The shelves are still empty. The
Hmm.
shelves are not all full yet, family.
Hmm.
The shelves are so what does that tell you all? This is off the topic while we're waiting for people to call in about their child with gifts.
And and I think it's gonna be the next one is gonna be worse. I think you're gonna be able to, like, I don't know. I think when I'm looking at how China has handled the situation, and how I see the people walking around, they know something we don't know. Y'all better pay attention.
All right, okay. Kashiba gave us, and my son Lewis is autistic. How old is he, Kashiba? Okay, Kim says, what kind of spirit have children setting fires? Fire spirits? We call them genie spirits in our tribe, but they're fire spirits. But also, Demons can do that too. But that's another thing. With the one, remember I just told you. Well, I kept two children that had autism, so they say, and um, Logan was intrigued with fire. We had to watch. He set a fire in the house. So you have to remember, because these children are spiritual, they must be protected because they're open vessels to demons or disagreeable spirits. So the spirit was telling them, go set a fire, go burn up the house, go burn up everybody in the house. Because they know. That's why I had to put protection on him and his sister, because they'll talk to them and tell them to do bad things. Now, Sherry, his sister, the demons were telling her to go kill her mother and her brothers and sisters.
Yeah, we get a lot of calls like
Yeah,
that.
the demon, and she was only 11 at the time, and her mother brought her to me, and this one, y'all, was like the exorcist for real. So when I'm cleaning her head off, right, she's screaming. She's 11 years old. She's screaming. And I'm putting, after I wash her, I'm putting this oil on her head, right? Not holy oil, leave, goddamn. This is some African stuff, right? So I'm putting on her head, and she's like, ah, it burns, it burns, it burns. And she was trying to get away from me, and I had to push her head down. And I told her mother, I said, hold her. I said, that's the demon talking to her. It was like the exorcist. She was saying the oil was burning her. But the oil had African herbs in it that we use for exorcism. So to let you know, these spirits will get a hold of the vulnerable, which are
Hmm.
children. And children who have very highly spiritual gifts that are deemed autistic or whatever, they will talk to them. So you have to make sure that these children are protected,
Yeah,
because
cause
they will possess their bodies.
and some of these children and grown-ups have the ability to be mounted by spirits. So you gotta, some of them they really have to be protected and grounded. Um, Alan Johnson says it's going to be worse, and it's affecting the kids. Alan Johnson says I'm not waiting to send my kids to school next year. Yep, and my store shelves are still empty. Lopa Kane says, yes, family, another virus is out, and this one is bad. Pinky Lee says it's going to be worse. The first round was just a test. Sonya Lee says, I believe the second round, and I believe in the second round, and I think it's going to be worse. Secure Latif says, I think it was a test run for something. Sonya Brooks says, do y'all remember I had a friend to contact y'all about a little girl who was possessed? They
Uh-huh.
never had a chance to bring her into y'all because the little girl went into a coma.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, I remember because she was supposed to bring her and she didn't bring
That
her.
was not too long ago, Sonia. Wow. They were supposed to bring her, but then they said they was taking her out of town? Wow. I didn't know that. She went into a coma. I don't feel good about that, Sonia. You better tell them while she's in that coma. I'm going to tell you what I see. That's not a coma. Them demons got a hold of her body. Them demons are holding that little girl down. You let them know that them demons got her. They got her. Ooh. Hmm. Okay. And they need, okay, what y'all saying over here on Facebook? Let me
And
see.
Latif says they needed the real experience to know. So I guess he's talking about the virus to see how everything was going to react to people. Yes, that happened while she was out of town. She said that happened when she was out of town.
So she just slipped in a coma. That them demons got a hold of that little girl's body, and shit. They said she was making stuff move up around the wall and do all kind of stuff. Them demons got a hold of her body. That's what's going on. I bet you. I bet you if I would see that little girl right now, I would know that the demon was holding her hostage. That demon is holding her body hostage. All right. Yvette says, "Oh my God, he does things in spurts. He took vacuum power, added water, and it had it on the floor. He put water in my son's cocoa butter, toilet cleaner in the washing machine, had poked a hole in my liquid drink, set a teddy bear on fire, just small burn holes, took my navage, put water in it, and used hidden. Okay, he's a little demon.
Yeah, I better watch out for him. I wouldn't drink nothing
He's a
that
little
just
demon.
not that's been laying around, not laying around that I didn't open. He sound like he one of them kids that poison your ass
Hmm.
and stand there and see what happens to you.
Okay,
Oh
Ali
God.
Bryan says we are stealing money from. They are stealing money from us. Millions of dollars is stealing. Erica Nielsen, I think the next one is going to be worse. This time we are going to run out of food. Oh, really? I have all five of them spiritual. Yvette, he needs an exorcism. Sound like to me he got a little demon in him. You need to give him a spiritual bath, beat him with some bushes outside, take him outside of the backyard, make him a spiritual bath, pray over, get a bush off the tree, and beat him with some bushes, all of that, all get it all off of him. Get it all off of him. Smoke off his sweet feet, his head, spit some rum on his feet and head. Hmm. May work. May work. Okay, next.
Oh, we ain't got nothing. Y'all got any more questions on
Any
this
more
live chat?
questions, family?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like really, y'all gotta recognize when, like I say, because these kids can be mounted, you gotta recognize when they're doing stuff that's out of character.
Character, exactly. She said he put alcohol in my hydrogen peroxide. He was trying to make a goddamn a bomb and shit. All right, look, he needs to be exercised. The spirit, the demons are using him to do all of this. I see it. He needs to be exercised. He needs to be protected too, though. I'm telling you all. Can you all? He'll tell you. I see them. I recognize them for who they are. I can recognize every type of demon. You got the Legion demons, right? Go look it up, somebody. You'll see what they go look up the images of Legion demons. They like to occupy bodies. A lot of times when you look at the skull of the head of somebody, you can actually tell if you're able to see, like I see, you can look through the physical, you'll see the actual demon in that person's body.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can
And
find it for y'all.
sometimes when you take a picture, right? When you take a picture, you can see spirits all around that person, all around their head. They have one on this side, especially if the even when that person's not being controlled by spirits, but like say they do a lot of spiritual work, or they may be a priest or something like that. Like there's a picture I put up in the community chat, and there's a picture of this Cuban guy that did spiritual work, right? And if you look at the picture, I when I was looking at the picture, I could see about 8 spirits around his head and up by his shoulder and by him, like ancestral spirits, and then you can see warrior spirits around him too. Like you can, if you can see spirits, you'll be able to look at pictures and you'll be able to see them around people.
Mm-hmm. Most of the time, you see those type of spirits, they got a head like. Let me see if I can pull this up. Nah, that's not it. They got all these damn whatchamacallit. They usually have a big, like the skull is really big on them, and you could recognize them when they enter the body. Okay.
And one of the characteristics of people that are being operated or controlled by spirits, what they'll do, like a lot of times when they talk and smile, they'll stick out their tongue for no reason. They'll just stick out their tongue.
Right.
You'll notice, like you'll see it, because sometimes what happens is as they're talking to us, because we can see them, their spirit will take over their body and they'll make them
Remember that lady in the
lick
store?
their tongue
What
out
she
at
did
us
at
and
me?
shit. That shit.
Remember what she did?
Uh-huh.
We had a lady in the store. She came in the store and she was telling us she's being attacked by the demon. And she said the demon killed her dog. And she
Hmm.
said the demon brought a big giant spider in her farm, right? So she said while she was in the bed, the demon was touching her. And she said that she was afraid of it, right? So when I said, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to come get rid of it? Well, I don't want you. What she said, I don't want you to
She
hurt
said, "I
it.
don't want you to get rid of
The good the spirit,
the
the
good
good spirits. I
spirits."
said, ain't no good spirits, it's demons. I said, all demons is putting bruises on you and everything. I said, so what you mean you don't want to get rid of it? So while I'm sitting there and I start looking at the woman and I said, you the goddamn demon. So I see her do like that. Stick her tongue in me, right? So we're inside the divination room inside our store, and I'm looking at her like, you chick, you the one who's the goddamn demon.
But she, like a lot of people, some you'll be surprised. A lot of people that come to us, they don't want us to get rid of those demons. You know, they don't want that, and I don't know if the demon is saying, "No, don't get rid of us, or we're gonna be good." I don't know what's going on in their head, but some of them don't want us to get rid of 'em. Some black people be like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I want to get them motherfuckers out of my house. I want them off me. I'm tired of dealing with this shit. But some
Yeah.
people that they really like being controlled,
I'm
and
trying to find an
and
image of
some
this so y'all will
we've
see.
had people come to us and talk about how the spirit has we talk not just children, we talk about grown-ups, have how they've been asleep in bed and the spirit mounted them and started having sex with them.
Yeah.
One woman told us she actually kind of enjoyed it, enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? So these things happen. You know,
Okay,
this
here
is
goes
real.
some right here. They look like these right here. Come on, we about to pull this up, y'all. We about to show y'all what I'm talking about. They got different type of head shapes, and I see them all the time. Hold on, y'all. And we gonna show
And
you what the hell we
you
talking
see
about.
them in people. And then a lot of times too, you can see like when you know how they say when they said the soul, the eyes of the seat of the soul, or however they said, you know, you could see.
Y'all look at that. Y'all see that? That's what they look like. Y'all see this? That's what they look like.
Hmm.
Y'all see that? They got their head, and you'll recognize them by the crown of somebody's head. It'll be a little bit protruded. Okay, you'll know that's how they occupy their bodies.
Yeah, but you can see them in their eyes too. Like gargoyles, yeah, gargoyles are real. How many of y'all have been scratched in threes? You wake up and you feel somebody scratching you, you turn around, you have marks, but nobody's there. Those are usually gargoyles that scratch like that. They usually have four fingers or three, and they scratch like this. And they'll scratch you straight down your back. They'll scratch you on your leg. They'll scratch you on your, you know, this
And
is
you be
real.
careful because they are mimicking the ancient ones. Okay, because the ancient ones, which are your ancient Sumerians, also have a mark that they put on you that's similar to that, but they're mimicking the ancient ones. You see that forehead?
Hmm.
That's what I was talking about. You'll always know when they got this right here. That's how their head goes. Any questions, family? And let me tell you something. They got different personalities. You got the crybaby ones. You got the ones that'll be sad. The ones that'll
Hmm.
make you think that they're sad. You got ones that you know what I mean.
You got some that are just like they like
They try to trick
that
you.
dumb, that dopey. They're like, oh, okay, and do whatever you tell them to do. It's like a bunch of them. Remember the one that was in Demetrius,
Yeah, he was a
and,
dumpy
and
demon.
used to be like, when you would talk to him like, why you do that? You know you shouldn't do that. He'd be like, yeah, I know. He was like,
Yeah, they got different type of demons. It's
yeah,
real.
it'd be funny. Like the best way I could describe it is if you ever watch like the personalities that they have is like more like if you ever watch the Smurfs or the Seven Dwarfs, like you see they all had different personalities. That's
Yeah,
how they
that's
really
how they
are.
are for in real life. What about bruises on your wrist when you wake up?
Yeah, they'll
Yes,
bruise
that's
you
them.
too.
They'll bruise you too.
They'll hit you and bruise you.
So, Cat, that was a gargoyle, but those are for the gargoyles fall under the legion demons. They have a whole bunch of type of legion demons, and they fall under the legions, and they will occupy bodies, and they have different personalities. You got the ones that like to drink, you got the ones that like to smoke, you got the ones that like to, you know what I mean? That
Some like to get high.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Drink,
Uh
smoke, get high. You
huh.
got the ones that like to have sex. Those are the ones that molest and rape. Those are the ones that like to, the lust, we call them lust spirits, right? Or molestation spirits. You got all kind. They got all type of spirits, y'all. All type. Ramutef, welcome, welcome, welcome. Erica, yeah, they put bruises on you too. They will predict that they do little shit like that. They like doing little shit like that. And it makes me mad. That's why I don't like their asses because it makes me angry. Like you doing shit while people sleeping. I'm in the shower. You want to scratch me or you want to hit me while I'm sleeping. Why you don't do that when I'm awake? Do it when I'm awake. God damn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My niece Madison start having seizures last 4 years all of a sudden. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Come on now. That's not good. And see, y'all better pay attention because y'all are letting these doctors tell y'all something else. And sometimes it'll be just that. It'll be that child is being occupied or possessed by a spirit or a demon. When I was home, we have peace. When I'm safe, when I save my home, we have peace. Um, Vet Banks, it sounds like you need to give that little boy a spiritual whooping. Okay. Jennifer says the one had me, had a black robe and no eyes. Oh yeah, the one that was holding you had a black. See what I'm saying? That was a demon. That was a demon. When I sage my home, we have peace. Yvette Banks. Sage is all good for removing negative energy, but you need some African stuff. Sage is only going to move them temporarily. You need protection. There's different things you could do. Smoking out your home is only going to remove them temporarily. You got to put protection up in your house.
Yeah, you notice when you stage at home, and a lot of times they'll come back worse
Right. And then a
because
lot of times too,
they trying to prove a point to you.
right. A lot of times too, they have if the person has it in them, Sage is not going to get them out of it. So they'll still occupy your house. See, when people are occupied with demons, you can have protection in your house, but that person is the demon itself. So you got to get the demon out that person. It still can come in your house because it's inside of a physical body. Now, the difference is if you have protection, certain things you put in your house, and just say without that demon occupying a human body, flesh and blood, it won't walk past that protection. It can't come in.
Hmm.
But if it's in a physical body, then it's easy for them to occupy your house, even if you got protection. So you're going to have to beat the demon out of that goddamn person. Yeah, real talk. That person is going to have to be cleansed off, protection so the demon can't get back in their body. And that's the only way you're going to get it out.
Yeah, and then sometimes spirits be with people so long that they might die with them demons. The demon won't leave his body until that person passed.
Those people are born with a generation of demons that are attached to their lineage. So a lot of times they will die with demons in their body. You can't remove them because that's part of whatever their taboo or whatever is going on with them is supposed to be.
Secure Latif says the lady downstairs burns sage and gets into arguments with her boyfriend all the time and lets him back in. See what I'm saying? Because a lot of time, and then sometimes the shit like you burn that sage and it might just push the spirit off.
Mm-hmm. All right. What time is it?
We got 11 minutes.
All right. Any questions before we get off of here? We got 11 minutes. If you are interested in talking about your child that has a spiritual gift, whether they're seer, whether they're seeing spirits, whether they're doing things that are supernatural or superhero like, be sure to get in touch with us off of the show. But we would like to interview you on the off of the show as well. If you have, I remember as a child I was haunted for 5 years by a demon that ate me alive every some odd nights. I noticed in my dream that I feel heat before it grabbed me. The way I killed it is, long story short, I was granted a sword that had ruler engraved on it, and when I killed it, it had my face. Well, it had my face just with massive jagged teeth. Sorry for the long message. No, it's not a long message, but it's confusing. But you was granted a sword that had ruler on it, and when you killed it, it had what you said. It had my face just with massive jagged teeth. Okay, I'm not understanding that part, but I get you what you're saying.
Sound like he was slaying the demon within himself. Um,
But it was when he was little.
I know. He said, but and when he killed the demon looked like him, but with sharp ass teeth.
Mm.
So that sounds like he slayed the demon that was bothering him. Shakir Latif says, and I asked myself, well, that defeats the purpose of burning it.
Burning what?
The sage, because
Oh,
his neighbor would get into a fight with her boyfriend.
because they had demons on him. They got demons. There's a lot of. Let me tell you something. They're working overtime, y'all. If you're having problems in your house right now, if you're having problems with your mate, if things are going on, some stuff is circumstantial, but now in these days and times, more stuff is spiritual. You're occupying your home is being occupied by demons. Clean it out. Everybody needs to take a spiritual bath. Smoke out your house every other day if you have to. Take your spiritual baths every other day because right now they are working overtime. They are occupying houses left and right. They're trying to divide families, conquer and divide families. They're trying to cause havoc. They're trying to conquer and divide relationships. If y'all are having any of these problems in your home, give us a call so we can help you get spiritually right because they are working overtime. They're in a lot of people's household right now. They're causing havoc everywhere because they want to see a conquering division. Right now, what y'all got to know, there's a huge spiritual warfare out here.
Hmm.
As well as we're dealing with the physical bullshit that we're going through right now, there's a spiritual war going on and a cosmic war going on. The cosmic war is man against the beings up there.
Hmm.
The other war that we're dealing with physically is humanity against the excuse my language, y'all, against the bullshit ass government shit that's being occupied by demons. All of this shit is a mess. And what we got to understand is coming in every direction, north, west, south, east. And what's happening is if we do not make sure that we keep on our spiritual warrior gear, we will be conquered and divided by these beings. Do not let them conquer and divide you. Stay off the internet because another thing, that shit'll drive you crazy. You look it up every time you talk. Well, this is going on, that's going on, this is going on.
Hmm.
It's like, God damn it, they're overwhelming your brain. I mean, it's like, come on
You be
now.
researching everything you see.
Yeah, researching everything you say, everything you hear. My inbox has been so goddamn full. Everybody sending messages. Well, did you hear that? Did you hear this? Did you hear that? Did you hear? I'm like, God damn it, I ain't reading the shit. I don't want to read it. Right? I don't want to read this shit. Y'all not gonna overwhelm my brain with this bullshit. My thing is, my only concern is going out and enjoying them birds chirping and them trees talking, right? And y'all should do the same, because otherwise you're literally gonna go crazy. You know what the second dose of COVID is gonna be? You losing your goddamn mind for being overwhelmed with so much bullshit and nonsense on this goddamn web that we see that you're gonna be going crazy. That's gonna be the next phase of COVID if you don't allow them to do this. Like we told you all, the cosmic being says stay grounded. Go to the park, find you some water, find you a body of water, and sit next to the water and just relax. Let the water just change up your whole energy. Get off your phones at a certain time. Put them goddamn phones under your pillow, under the floor, wherever you want to put them. Put them up somewhere. Stay off of them because it's going to drive you crazy. That's going to be the next thing. I'm telling y'all.
Uh, Shakir Latif says generational demons are real, like generational curses.
That's right.
He also said she burns to get rid of the negative energy, but she lets him back in the house. That's cause she's not recognizing when she burns that it gets rid of the negative energy, but she letting it back in. It's making him leave because he's not supposed to be there, and she's not recognizing that. Sheila Brown says, "Can your soap be used for a spiritual bath? It is a spiritual bath."
Shayla Brown, we have many different soaps for spiritual baths. We have soaps to get negative energy off of you. We got soaps to get sickness off of you. We got soaps to get curses off of you. We got many different type of soaps. We got a general soap just to give you protection. We have all kind of soaps. Once we do a divination, we'll tell you what we know that you need, not what you're going to tell us, because a lot of people lie. Some people do lie, not a lot, but some people lie. You understand? So we have many type of soaps that we use. We have different type of baths that we give too. We have the black soaps, we have the powdered, the herbal soaps that we use. So we have different kinds that we use.
Hmm. What you got over there?
See, Yvette, you know what I'm saying? You haven't been on the book too much either. I thought I was going to lose my mind for a minute. I believe it. When you look at someone, hold on for a minute. Let's go back. When you look at someone, can you see who's around them? Jennifer Rose, of course, you know that. You've heard me do ancestral readings before. Jennifer Rose, that's ancestral readings. I'll tell them which ancestors are standing around them. So yes, I do. I do. And if it's demons, if you're talking about demons, I can see that too. A lot of times I'll be out and I'll recognize it for what it is. I'll look at somebody and I know what kind of demon. I know who actually practices witchcraft and who doesn't. I
Yeah,
can
you can pick it
recognize it.
up.
You can pick it up.
Yeah, you can pick it up.
Yeah.
Remember that time we was at Walmart and I said that man do he do
Spirit.
hoodoo and you was like, yeah, I saw right
Yeah.
there read the Bible doing this hoodoo spells.
Yep.
So, I was looking at I just picked spirit just say he a hoodoo motherfucker right there.
Yeah, I could, we could pick that out from a mile away. I told y'all the story. I ain't telling y'all again 'cause I told y'all the story about the man that was in the store and I was getting visions and he was beating his wife and I had to get away from him because I picked up the energy so strong. They were showing me the visions of what he did. All right, Ramu Tuff says, I had a dream of campfire in the woods, then transported to a city. The moon was super, then became red. The city became empty, and the moon turned into a machine. The moon falls in blocks and massive screaming of people, then all went black. What would you think that means? What do you think that means, Brother Dinkwa?
The moon what?
The moon was super, then it became red. The city became empty, and the moon turned into into a machine. The moon falls in blocks and massive screaming of people, then all went black. What do you think that means?
Mm-hmm. Sound like some shit. I don't know.
All right,
Sound
Yvette Banks. Look forward to hearing you. Have a good night. Okay, so let's see. It sounds like the moon is taking the humanity through a transformation. You see? The moon turned into a machine. So it's like it's making a transformation, not only humanity, but the earth. Like this earth is going to be a new earth. That's what I see.
it is like before all of this new earth shit stuff. We when we did predictions. I don't know what month that was, but we talked about the transformation of the earth, and it's gonna be like it's just gonna be a totally different energy on the earth,
That's right.
especially after this COVID stuff is over with. And now, even more so because of the aliens are making themselves known. Like, how many times I've seen like 4 times this month that CNN has released new footage or talked about the footage that the military has spaceships and aliens and they actually have the actual footage of them chasing them and them disappearing and flying off fast and all kind of shit. Like this is something that they used to deny. Now they're forced to admit that it exists because so many people are having sightings. Like people that never saw spaceships or seen any shit like that are seeing them.
That's right. All right. Nita Pepper says, sound like we're going to have a blackout. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, y'all. They talked about the earth going dark for 3 days, all kind of stuff that's going to be happening. All I'm going to tell y'all like this, whatever you do, close to nature.
It sounds like it's almost like
Stay close to your
it sounds
ancestors.
like it's gonna be transporting us somewhere like a portal, like the moon is gonna become a portal.
He said turn into a machine and then it blacked out. Maybe. Some lady sent me a message saying next week will be bad for me. I said to myself, she don't know me rubbish. Unscribe and delete that woman. That's not nice. Why would she do that? Why would you tell somebody next week's gonna be bad for you?
Because she probably doing spiritual work on his
On
ass.
her, Yvette, it's her. But
On her.
she might be. You
You
never
never know. I
know.
don't trust
I
people.
don't trust people either. See, the thing about it, either that or she could see something. Now, usually, if I see something
You
that's
might as
not
well
going to
just
be
tell her.
right, tell them. But you don't tell them like that. Oh, well, next week's not going to be good for you. You give them a warning. Hey, I want to give you heads up. I see this for next week. This is going to be, you might have obstacles at work next week. Okay, so do look out for that. So do prepare. I'm letting you know ahead of time. So cross your T's and dot your I's because I see obstacles next week. But goddamn, yeah, it's going to be bad for you. Shit, that could mean you're going to die. That could mean you have an accident. That could mean, you know what I mean? That's not right. You should have blocked her.
Yeah, and watch it. And family, all I can say is like you gotta watch who you let read you because a lot of times people want to read you, so they could steal your energy or pick up on things that they may not can see as they're looking at your pictures because a lot of times people will try to read you.
Yeah, they'll try to read you, but they're really not supposed to do it without your permission. You're not supposed to do it without their permission. You ask. You don't just go reading somebody because you have the ability to. Sometimes it's hard when you can just pick up. If I'm out, I don't have no intentions because I'm so empathic and because I pick up energy
Hmm.
so strongly. It's hard for me not to read because it's automatically coming to me. They're giving me the visions. They'll show me I'm standing next to somebody and they'll show me, oh, this person got sickness in their body. You know what I mean? I'm not reading it. It just they're showing me.
Hmm.
You know, when you have energy like that and you're very, very empathic, you'll pick up. You'll pick it up. It's not even a joke or a game.
Yep. A lot of time, I remember, you know, I used to pick up a while back. I used to pick up what people's thoughts were, like real heavy. Like and then it would freak them out sometimes because I say some shit that they're thinking about, and they'll look at me and like,
You still pick up people's thoughts real heavy. You ain't fooling nobody. He think I don't know. He'll say something. He'll say something, but what he don't know is I have the same gift. I pick up his thoughts very heavy. And he does it too, so he'll try to act like no, I don't know what you thinking. And sometime y'all I'll do a test on him. You know how I'll try to get him to do it? I'll think about something and I'll say some shit in my mind, right? On purpose, because I know that he can pick up my thoughts. I'll do it to him. I do it to him a lot. I know that he can put. I just want to see what he's gonna say, and he still won't tell me because he knows that I know that he can read my mind and I can read his too. He thinks it's funny.
say word, say word.
That's why your mother used to say, "Get out of my head."
My mama used to, yeah, she did used to say it. She used to be like, get out my damn head. But I'd be asleep though with her. Like she used to say that when I was asleep, but that was that woman doing witchcraft on her.
Yeah, but he think I don't know. He think I don't know because I could read people's thoughts too, just as well as he could, and he be trying to
I
act like
think I
he
think
can't.
what it was, my mama told us some of my gifts and shit. I think that's what it was, or she knew
Ooh,
that white lady.
she knew what?
She because that lady that when I was young, my mom was dealing with this lady, and she used to do spiritual work on my mom, but my mom was a straight up Christian, so she didn't believe in none of that, and somehow, my mom got wrapped up in that shit or whatever, and I would be asleep,
Hmm.
and my mom would come and throw cold water on me and whip me with an extension cord and say, "Get out of my head." And she's waking me up out of my sleep, telling me I'm doing shit to her that I don't even know what she's talking about. And but the white woman, she was a witch, so she was doing stuff, putting that shit in my mom's head.
All
And
right.
so, but some people believe just because they're Christians, some people believe just because they're Christians they can't be affected by spiritual work, and that's not true. Just like some people believe that they're spiritual, that they can't, just because they do spiritual work, that they can't be affected by spiritual work, and that's not true because a lot of people, sending energy is one thing you can protect yourself from, but sometimes if we got people that are very special individuals that you don't know what type of power they're working with, especially the women.
All right. Peace, boss life. Your bag. Your bag. Yeah,
Boss life.
we're about to get off of here in a minute anyway. Hey, Mia. Hey, Mia, do you have a question? Hey, Mia, you want to get on camera real quick before we get off? You want to get on the camera? Sometimes, let me read the questions. Damn cold water. Um, Let me see. Nita Pepper says, sometimes when I'm out and close to people who are sick, I start feeling sick too, but it's only if I go out without covering my head. Yeah, cover your head. All right, wow. Mia, more and more views. Hey, Mia, you want to come on camera real quick? You want to tell me what spiritual gifts you got, Mia? Mia, what spiritual gifts you got? You want to come on camera? Come on, let me see if I can get you on camera.
She ain't say yeah yet. You
I'm gonna
just
put her on. Cause Mia's that's my little. She's special. Mia's my. She don't understand. She's young, and I love young girls in a good way. Y'all don't take it the other way. No, I do, because y'all know how y'all do twist shit around. Anyway, I just have affinity with young girls, little girls, and I always prefer little girl. So anyway, Mia's special. Mia always has a bunch of questions when we're doing our initiations, and I just love it. She don't know, but she, she's so cute, y'all. Hey, Mia, you want to come on camera real quick? Tell me your spiritual gifts, Mia. Don't act like you shy. Are you shy? Anyway, family. Mia, you may be at work, so I may be out of order for that. Hold on. We're about to get off in the Henny. We've been over time. I gotta get off. I got things I got to do. I got stuff I got to do. So we got to get off of here.
Crystal
Okay.
Green, peace and blessings. Oh yeah, you missed a lot. We was talking about we talked about children with spiritual
With
gifts and
spiritual gift.
recognizing them. We talked about the abilities they can have. We talked about a lot. Crystal Green, you gotta go back and watch the show. Get ready to get off of here.
It's not funny, Mia. You just shy. You cut it out. Tell what you ain't ready. All right. All right. I love y'all family, but it's time to go. It's time to get up off of here. It's been over an hour.
If y'all love this show and love what we're talking about and love what the things we stand for, please share the show and let everybody know who we are and get those thumbs up. Hit that like
As a
button,
matter of
family.
fact, I need you all to share it for the simple fact that we are recruiting children. If you are a parent and your child is of color, okay, um, or Hispanic, and Jennifer Rose, your children are half black, so that means you too. So we're gonna do an interview with you. Um, do reach out because we are doing a documentary and we are looking for children that are gifted. Okay, so do share the show or do a watch party for us, family. Y'all come on here every night. Do a watch party tomorrow or the next day. Let's try to get our children because we want to get people to call to start interviewing and doing the documentary.
You will have to sign a release form.
Right. Well, the parents will be doing that.
Yeah.
But if you all share the show so we can get a hold of other people or give them the number, and we're gonna say the number now. If your child has a gift, if your child is seeing spirits, if your child has superhero abilities, if your child is doing something out of the ordinary, meaning they may be occupied by a demon, give us a call 909-749-8626. Or you can go to our website at www.wunam, W-U-N as in Nancy, A-M as in Mary, and A-N-D, Adinkra, ADINKRA.com. Go to the website and go to the membership part and fill it out and let us give you a call back or however. But I'd rather you just call us. Call, I'm interested, and my child has gifts. I want to know what I need to do. You need to really be in the Atlanta area, okay?
Hmm.
So, it's going to be in the Atlanta area, and I'm going to be setting up interviews next week, okay?
And
So do
if
share.
if we don't answer and you want, you can also text
Text
us.
us,
Text us also.
all right? All right, family, it's been nice, it's been fun, but it's time to get up off of here and run because I'm tired. And, we had a long day, and we're getting ready to get some rest. So make sure you subscribe, y'all. Press the like button. Press the like
Subscribe.
button, okay?
Press the like button. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hit all so you'll get all the notifications that let you know that we're on air or that we had a show and you missed it. At least you get to watch it after that.
All right, so we're about to end out with Cosmic Love this night. Have a good night, family.
Are you ready? You ready? Are you ready to take a
Journey
journey
to
through
the
the
cosmos.
cosmos? Are
Be
you
ready
ready
to
to
see
see
the
the
Hit the
dimensional
dimensional
like
doorway
doorway to
button.
to
reality.
reality?
Like button. Like button. Like button. Hit
Call
that like button.
eyes. Call
Share.
eyes.
Share.
Say
Share.
eyes.
Share. Eyes.
Eyes.
Which shows you
Share.
that
You
Share.
are a
Share
true
the show on your
reflection of the
social media. Share us
universe
on Facebook.
and that the universe is
versus you.
Let everybody know about the spiritual vote that's going down.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
You know
You
what
know
they
what they say
say.
has
From so below. Are you ready to go? Up, up, up. Hey, hey. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Ready? Come on, brother. Think love, my cosmic love. Y'all ready? Cosmic love. Ah, ready? Are you ready, 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 ready for my cosmic love? We're out, family. Close your eyes. Just relax. Don't say nothing. 7, 8, 9, 10.